I like to dedicate this to all of the Creator's righteous children. I have some food in my bag for you. Not that edible food, that food you eat. No, I have some food for thought. Since knowledge is infinite, it has infinitely fell on me.
Peace, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about that Netflix movie called Nappily Ever After. And it stars Sanaa Lathan, and it has the girl from Gotta Kick It Up from Disney Channel, the Disney Channel original movie. And basically, it's basically a movie about the natural hair community, about a woman who thinks that she is too perfect, how she was going to get engaged to this guy who's like a doctor, but then the doctor didn't really want to be with her because he said she's too perfect. And then she had like a mental breakdown basically over her hair, because when she was a kid, her mom was like this overprotective lady who was like obsessed with her daughter being perfect, right? And that meant her hair being absolutely perfect. And in the Black community, you know what that means. Straight to the bone, right? So you would get it washed, then you would get it conditioned, and then you would get the dreaded hot comb. I was very fortunate to never have to do the hot comb, but very many horror stories from other Black people that I've heard over the years have scared and scarred me, even though I've never ever had to do it myself. Well, basically, you know, that was her growing up. You know, she has this horror story about when she was a kid and she was about 10 years old. She was at a pool party with some of her classmates, and she really wanted to get in the pool and really wanted to hang out with all her classmates. Mind you, all those classmates are white, so they don't have to worry about their hair the way that we do. And her mom had just done her hair like that morning or something until it was really, really straight. And she just wanted to get in the pool like really bad, so she decided to. She jumped in the water. And then the minute she like jumped in the water, did a cannonball, and the minute that she came floating up, all the kids like made fun of her because her hair went back to natural. And I thought that was really messed up, but that's what they do. And that's why we have issues today, because they make fun of you. The media makes you feel like you have to have straight hair and have those European features, which is really messed up. And basically that haunts her for the rest of her life. So she gets into this pattern where she has to have her hair be straight. She can't even go out in the sun. She can't even go out when it's raining. She, you know, can't have any moisture or precipitation happen to her hair. She always has to wrap it. She has to get up really early in the morning before her boyfriend gets up, right? And she has to you know, start combing out her hair so that her hair looks nice before he wakes up, so that he never sees her hair like natural, right? And it was really messed up because she thinks she's gonna get a proposal from him, right? But then he tells her that she's too perfect and that she's not spontaneous enough and she doesn't know how to have fun. And so she basically kicks him out and is like, we're done. And then she basically, like I said, has like a mental breakdown. She tries to go blonde, she starts having a weave, like all these different things. And she goes to this hairdresser, right? And it's a guy. He owns this hair salon. And she goes to him, and basically, he has a daughter who kind of like helps around the salon. And, you know, she goes there for a last minute appointment because she had gotten her hair wet. And long story short, the little girl goes to the back to go get some conditioner for her hair and accidentally gets relaxer, and she ends up getting relaxer in her hair. And then she has like this big freak out in the salon, and it's all really crazy. Long story short, she ends up shaving her head after a drunken night of just being like really reckless. She ends up shaving her head. She wakes up in the morning and is like really freaked out. And she doesn't know how to handle herself. And she's really insecure. And she doesn't know how to handle herself at all. And then basically she ends up hanging out with the hairdresser and his daughter. And they start to have a bond. And they start going out and everything. And she starts to really love her hair. But her mom is the reason she can't deal with her life. And that's really sad because basically her mom had instilled with her this childhood trauma of having to be perfect and being perfect for a man specifically, and not even trying to be any type of way for yourself, right? And feel good in your skin. So basically she tries to do this for this whole time, but then she cuts her hair and she has to learn to deal with that. And then she meets this guy and he makes her really happy, but her mom starts to interfere with their relationship. And so then when her doctor guy comes back to her, she thinks, oh, well, this will be perfect. I can have him back. But then he asked her, because at this point, you know, she had shaved her head and months go by, and her mom interferes with her and the hairdresser guy being together. And so when the doctor guy comes back, they immediately get engaged. And when her hair starts to grow in a little bit and she has like a teeny weeny afro, he asks her to straighten it for his parents. And it's really, really interesting because in the beginning he's like, you're too perfect, you know, you need to loosen up. And then in the end he's like, well, don't be so, you know, loose, be a little bit perfect, right? And it's real messed up. It's real messed up. But in the end she learns, I need to start doing things for myself. I don't need to do things for a man or my mother, and I need to be more spontaneous and be able to do things that I want to do. And then basically it ends with her helping the doctor guy out with a business proposition, and they flirt more, and, you know, hopefully will start a relationship. So yeah, I don't know. It was a cute story, you know. I really like Sanaa Lathan. I have since Love and Basketball. That's a great movie with her in it, with Omar Epps and everything. And yeah, I like her actor. I like the actress Sanaa Lathan. But her character in this movie is really annoying, to be honest, especially in the beginning. And I know she's supposed to be, because she's supposed to be this too perfect type of woman who everything depends on her hair. And it's sad to say this, but there's sadly women out there who do feel this way, honestly. Like, they feel like everything depends on their hair, and it's because of the European beauty standards that have been on our asses since forever. And, you know, hair like mine just isn't acceptable in any way, shape, or form. It's starting to become acceptable to a degree, but there are still so many women out there who have this issue with their natural hair, and it's because of the way that we've been treated in society when it comes to our hair since slavery. And it's so sad. It's really, really sad. You know, at work I get a lot of compliments on my hair because there are a lot of either black women and men who understand this type of hair and understand the afro and understand natural hair. Or I get a lot of compliments from white people who are from the 70s and understand, you know, the afro from that perspective. But I'm really lucky. But there are not that many cases out there where women feel, especially black women, feel like their hair is up to par. And that's why they will always straighten it when they want to look professional, straighten it when they want to look up, like keep an upkept hairstyle. You know, they will make their hair look blonde. They will do a lot of things to make yourself feel more acceptable in society. And, you know, growing up, I really didn't have this issue so much, but it sort of developed in a small way over time. When I was a kid, my parents were very, like, Afrocentric and, like, very, like, into natural everything, and, like, very, you know, my daughter and my kids are gonna know we're black power, like, the whole thing. And I used to have, you know, dolls that were black, and, like, most of my dolls were not white. Like, I don't think I ever had a white doll except for, like, once when I had, like, a white Barbie doll, but and that wasn't, I don't think they were white. I think they were like the Mulan Barbie doll or whatever. Point being, I never really had white dolls. Most of my dolls were black. And because of that, I always saw myself in the dolls that I had. And then there were TV shows that I watched growing up where I could see myself in those too. And when I was 7 years old, I got head lice for the very first time. and that ruined my hair. And my mom really didn't know what to do with my hair, so we got a relaxer, a very bad relaxer, but a relaxer. And after I got my first relaxer, I had to keep getting relaxers to fix my hair. And it just became a pattern over time. And even when I could have stopped having relaxers, I kept getting them because there was this small stigma in my family, especially around the women in my family, where getting relaxers, having your hair straightened, and getting your hair done every 2 weeks, and keeping your hair upkept was what you were supposed to do. It was the ladylike thing to do. It made your hair look cool. It made your hair look professional. It made your hair look like all these things that they try to tell you your hair will look better in those ways than it will like this. And you know, it was just a lot. It was a lot. Every 2 weeks, getting it done, getting the creamy crack in my hair, and just burning my follicles away, right? And that's just not how it's supposed to be. And so in 2013, I decided to go natural. I kind of, you know, just decided to let the relaxer come out of my hair. And that worked for a little while, but not really. And so then in 2016, I just got fed up with the whole thing and just decided to cut my hair. And it was the best decision of my whole entire life. I am so grateful that I took the chance and took the leap to cut my hair. Not to say that I've ever been like a very vain person, because I'm not that type of person like at all. But at the same time, I always was very nervous about my hair and cutting it off. Since I was a very small child, because I'm a very tender-headed type of person, I always threatened my mom was going to cut my hair off. And she would always tell me not to do it. And because I'm also Native American, hair is a very important thing in our community, in my culture, in my family, because of, you know, we are very attached to our hair in the way that our hair is supposed to be long, and our hair is supposed to be cut during the full moon, and we're supposed to collect the hair that we have and burn it. And we're not really supposed to leave it out there because we don't know who's going to take our hair and do things with it. So we always are very careful about our hair. But, you know, yes, I'm a Native American indigenous woman, but I'm black. And so for me, like, cutting my hair off was just like something I always like threatened my mom with, because I was like, you're not going to comb my hair anymore. I'm tender-headed. What do you want? And it was just like in 2016, I got fed up. I just got fed up. My hair was getting tangled. I couldn't deal with it. I was irritated, and I was just like, I'm done. I'm 100% done. And it was the best decision of my life. And I was so happy. Like, I was so happy. And so, to see Sanaa Lathan's character in the movie get really excited after she realized that having her natural hair was just really beautiful was really great to see. And I commend her on that. And I feel like more black women need to do that. I know there's a huge natural hair community out there in the world, and that's really beautiful, and that really is. But I need to get even bigger, because our natural hair rocks. Like, I love my afro so much. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I look back at some of my hairstyles from when I would get my hair straightened, and sometimes I miss it. But then I think about it and I'm like, that was too much work. Way too much work. And I love my afro because it's easy going. I get up in the morning, I get my hair wet, and I pick it out, and I walk out the door. And it's simple, super simple. And it takes me like maybe 15 minutes. Whereas before, it would have took me at least an hour to do my hair. And that's no exaggeration. And so when you have a lot of hair like me, thick hair, you understand. And so it's just a relief to be going natural. And yeah, I really like that in the end she finally figured out her life and was able to really come to terms with the fact that her hair did not control her. And, you know, it just reminded me of the India.Arie song, I Am Not My Hair, which is one of my favorite songs by her. And I just love the whole sentiment of that song, and how you're not your hair, you're the skin that lives within, and you're the soul that lives within. Like, I love that. Like, you know, our hair should not control us. And I feel like as black women, we try way too hard to do our hair in these styles that are pleasing to the general public, aka white people, when in fact we should just do our hair the way that it grows out of our head, because honestly, it just is so much better for us. It takes so much less time, and let's be real, white people don't take as long to do their hair as we do. You know what I mean? They're quick out the door. But we are taking all day to do our hair in these styles to make it look cute and acceptable to these people who, in the end, don't even really like our hair. So, I'm just saying, be you. Do you, boo. And don't try to be like them. Because, I mean, we're better than that anyways. And our hair rocks, honestly. You know, I love natural black hair. It's like one of the best things ever. From afros to twists to braids to locks. I love our hair. It is so beautiful. Teeny weeny afros. Like, it is so cute. And yeah, if you're scared to do the big chop because you don't know what your hair is going to look like, I highly recommend it. Because I was super scared. I was so nervous to do the big chop when I did it back in 2016, but it was the best decision that I've made in my entire life, and I'm never looking back, like, ever. So, do I recommend this movie? Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. If you like Sanaa Lathan, I'd check it out. It's cute. I don't know. Maybe it might give you a little bit of PTSD of the times where you felt very insecure about your hair and you kind of let your hair control your life. It might give you a little bit of PTSD about that, but otherwise it's actually a cute little movie, and I'd recommend it if you like Sanaa Lathan, if you're a natural hair girl, or if you're just black and you just like to watch black, you know, movies. I'd check it out. It's cute. So yeah. That's my 2 cents on Nappily Ever After and the black hair community. And just so you know, black hair is black hair. I love black hair, and that is all types of black hair. So do you. Until next time, peace and blessings.